be so awkward. A few weeks ago, I got a message on Instagram from a pole dancer in Egypt named Norhan. She asked if I originally wanted to come out for 1 month to teach in Egypt at a pole studio. And she sent me some more information, and then quickly the offer grew to a year. I told her that a year seemed pretty intense, so we started with a 6-month contract with the possibility of staying for a year. So there was a lot of communication going back and forth between us within about 2 weeks, and I had very little time to pack up everything that I owned in my apartment. Luckily, my parents came to help with that, and my ex-boyfriend Nate came to help. It was really great having so much support to get me out of the country. Thanks, guys. I had the hardest last week before I came here. There were a few people who especially it was really, really tough to say goodbye to, and it made me even question if coming here was the right choice, but obviously here I am. And having my going away party, which was amazing. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Tasha, for setting that up. That was the perfect send-off. We went to just a little park, and Russell brought his bubbles, and there was drinks and food, and it was the best.
And I am so allergic to social media, but I did follow you on Instagram.
Awesome. Oh my God.
That's pretty cool. I must admit, that's pretty cool.
I got a question about what the flight was like coming here. That was actually pretty standard, pretty easy. The flight from Minneapolis to Germany was about 8 hours, 9 hours maybe. It was delayed. We were on a non-international aircraft, so everything was very cramped and crowded, which sucked. Forgot my headphones, so I had to buy children's-sized ones that didn't work. I was on about no sleep. It was, for me personally, it was miserable, but otherwise it was a pretty standard flight. The food sucked too. But then the next flight from Germany to Cairo was great. I didn't have anyone sitting next to me. I was in a emergency exit row, so I had all this feet space or leg room, I guess. And the food is actually really good, and it was only, I think, about 4 hours. So I ended up arriving at 3 in the morning. I was pretty terrified because my internet wasn't working and I couldn't connect to the airport internet, and I wasn't able to notify my new boss, Nurhan, that I had arrived and she needed to come pick me up. So there was a good hour of me stressing out and crying and not sure of what I was going to be able to do to get out of the airport. I asked on Facebook and on Instagram if anyone had questions for me, and there's a lot of them, so I'll try and answer them. But the first thing was that I kept seeing across the board was the temperature and the weather here. Well, it's hot. It's the desert. It's very sunny. Very rarely there's clouds out. I haven't seen it rain yet. I don't know if it rains. But usually people don't go out really during the day. You'll see people come around more at like 6, 7, 8, and then stay out until about 1 or 2, and then go back home and go to bed. it gets quite a bit cooler, at least tolerable in the evening. Apparently, a lot of Egyptian people here don't really eat the ethnic food. It's more so the same things that we eat: burgers, pasta, pizza, no tacos, unfortunately, which is killing my soul right now. But they have Domino's, they have Pizza Hut, they have Burger King and Hardee's and all this stuff. I'm not really a big fast food person, so that doesn't really appeal to me. Sandy and I had tried going to the supermarket. We went at a horrible time. We went during like the busiest time of the day, which was, you know, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And that alone was absolutely chaotic and terrifying and crowded, and I don't have the patience for that. But we had a hard time finding just what I consider basic stuff, like broccoli. Didn't see any ranch, didn't see any peanut butter. We couldn't find any pepper. We found a lot of salt and a lot of whole pepper, but none of the like sprinkle pepper. As far as the food that we have in the studio right now, it's a lot of random things, and we don't have a stove, so we can't cook any of these vegetables that we have. We either have to put it in the microwave or eat it raw, and that's not really my style. I cook everything that I eat, so hopefully tonight our boss Norhan will be bringing us a hot plate so that we can finally cook some food, and hopefully then my poor stomach will feel better having a good meal that I know that I've made, and I know it's safe and clean and not gonna make me want to die. Here's a good example of some of the food we've been supplied with. It doesn't look that nice because it's not heated up at the moment, but it's this rice stuffed leaves and peppers and I don't know what. The smell is pretty overwhelming if you ask me. They're decent, they're not bad at all. This is something that our kitchen has been stocked with. There's quite a few of them. They're little milk chocolate cookies that actually taste pretty good. But when you turn it around on the back, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick this up or not, but it says there is nothing in this that helps with digestion whatsoever. So poor Sandy has been eating like 2 of these, which there's 2 already in here, so like 4 of these a day. And I think this might be making our tummies worse right now. Sandy and I came to the Mall of Arabia today to do a little bit of shopping and just get out of the studio for a bit. We are taking a lunch break in the food court. As you can see, Pizza Hut, Hardee's, McDonald's, Villa. There's a lot of the same stuff that we have in the States as well. So it's kind of like being at home. My trip has been really crazy so far, but I couldn't have done this without my new roommate. It's Sandy! That's my roommate, Sandy. She's crazy. Send help. Get me out of here quick. So Sandy, where are you from?
I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Cool. All right, that's it. Bye.
See ya!
So how did you get roped into this crazy adventure that we're on?
Well, I was hiking one day and I got a random message on Instagram. It's like, do you want to come to Egypt to instruct pole dancing? And next thing you know what, I'm here with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long was your initial contract for? Did she ask for a year?
No, so the initial contract was 6 months. After we were going back and forth between each other, she asked if I could stay for the year, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not tied to anything, so let's do it. So I agreed to the 1 year.
If you could put one word to your, what, like 16 days you've been here, what word would you give it?
Chaotic.
I think that's a good word.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing you've seen so far?
You.
Oh, you're so cute. What's your least favorite thing that has happened to you so far?
Least favorite thing is probably getting here early and and nothing set up. Yeah, that's probably the least favourite thing. Just being away from family and friends.
That part sucks.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Not so fun.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
bye!
Keep going!
This is gonna be such a quality vlog. Say hi, Sandy. So I'm at the pyramids. Ta-da! Pretty cool. A little bit bigger than I expected, actually. There's 2 of them, and then there's some cool ruins on the other side, so pretty sweet.
So Jamie and I have found an abandoned house and we're taking some shots in it. Woo! Girl, show that tush!
Just got done exploring some fun abandoned buildings. Did you have fun?
Yes, it was so much fun!
This is our neighborhood, by the way. Fun, little cute area. Bunch of really pretty buildings. Most of them, I think, are empty. Overall, this experience of my first week has been, unfortunately not quite what I hoped it would be. I try and stay really positive, but it's hard. I've been really sick. Nothing is sitting well with my stomach at all. I've been very dizzy. I think the heat is getting to me. I'm trying to stay as hydrated as possible, but it's just not happening. Like we had said, you know, nothing's really done in the studio, so we're not able to train, we're not able to dance, which for a lot of us, that's our outlet, that's how we manage stress. I'm not able to connect to the internet ever, so keeping in contact with the people who are important to me is turning to be a really challenging experience. I'm hoping once the studio opens and start getting in more of a rhythm, I will feel completely different about this, and fingers crossed. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking if I'm safe here. I'm very, very safe. I don't go anywhere without my roommate. We don't really go out at night too much. We basically go to the gym, come back, shower, make some food, make some ramen, and that's it.